Hey guys, this is AC Service Tech, and today what we're looking at is going over some tips for installation and service technicians, just to be a better service technician and installation person. So um, I don't have all the answers, but I do have some things to share in reference to um, when you go to knock on somebody's door. Uh, the best thing that I've found people really respect when you back up off the platform, maybe take a step down or two. All right, you might be dealing with people that are much older, or if you're a male, technician and there's just a female home, you know what I mean. The thing is, if you ring the doorbell or knock on the door, and then you take a few steps back and you're down on the steps, somebody may feel more comfortable, okay, opening the door. All right, you want to have your technician shirt with your name on it, or your company logo. Park in an area where the individual that's home can see the service truck, and know who it is when somebody's knocking on the door. Obviously, they figure it's the service technician, but I just wanted to, throw a couple of those things out there. Make sure that when you're at the job site, that if you've been running all day, maybe you've just done an install, now you're going to go do a service call, and you have a bunch of trash and stuff like that in the truck from the job site. Even if it's in trash bags and stuff like that, what I want to tell you is maybe keep the door shut on your truck. You're going to have it as organized as possible, just to look professional. Some customers follow you to the service truck, and talk with you and stuff like that. So my recommendation is at least close the doors, especially if you just got done a large installation or something like that, and you got a lot of cleanup materials in your truck and everything. The other thing is, when somebody is following you around, don't get overwhelmed or nervous. They're actually looking a lot of times to learn. I found that more people are looking to learn than really test you out. They wanna see what's going on, but they're not gonna show you their cards that fast. So so don't get that nervous. You know what I mean? You're gonna be surprised how much you know compared to just an average Joe Schmo or whatever. Even somebody that knows some, you're gonna know just a lot more. So don't get too nervous when people are looking right behind you and just checking on what you're doing. In fact, a lot of times I take time to educate the customer and tell them what's going on, and a lot of times they're a lot more happier in the end. A lot of times they're just inquisitive, and people want to learn, and that's why people follow you around. And you never know who you're going to impact either, because of the person that you are, and what you're doing for them, or the time of night you're coming out to fix their unit. I remember when I was a young kid and I followed a service technician in, and he got my heater working at Christmas time. Okay, I don't know, 8 years old or something like that. I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be able to do that for people as well. Maybe not work all the hours of the night and everything like that, but if I could go and provide a service that somebody really needs and desperately wants and trusts you, like I like to be that person that's able to solve problems for other people. But you don't know who you're going to impact either. So as you're doing all this stuff and being professional and things like that, there's that extra reward of showing a young kid, a couple tips and stuff like that. That's a beautiful thing. All right. Another thing is, now with the technology that we have, a lot of times you have to go and check troubleshooting manuals and things like that. Maybe you need some type of step-by-step service manual or something like that, and you don't have that, so you have to pull that up on your phone. If the homeowner says, "Well, why do you need that?" and your response can be, there's a lot of new technology out, and I just want to make sure that I'm not missing a step. There's no way for a technician to know every single possible schematic in their mind of every single machine that's working out there. Okay, obviously you could specialize in some areas, and you will know, what the problem is. Maybe you'll know from just a phone call, from the service call, hey, this is not working, and then you might lead in and ask a couple more questions. All right, and by that time you kind of have an idea, the general path of where you're going to need to look at in the very beginning. But that's a couple things, just for you to know. As far as cleaning up after yourself, it's a huge deal. It's more of a big deal than you think. especially, I wouldn't necessarily wait to the very end of the job to clean up after yourself. If you clean up in steps, you get this part done, clean up after yourself, get the next step done, clean up after yourself. A homeowner that looks at a technician that's continually keeping everything clean, they think that, man, this person really knows what they're doing. Just because of the clean, professional job site that you've have in front of you. Another thing is, before a large installation, if you take the time, to maybe put plastic down, adhesive plastic, like maybe going up steps or something like that, or you're putting some cardboard down here and there, in reference to keeping their house clean. If you take the extra time, or you take, half an hour or 45 minutes even, just to set the job site up, you only have to put the plastic down once. If you're going to stay there maybe for a whole week or something like that, you're doing an entire installation, or maybe it's 3 days or whatever, that means a lot to the homeowner. Okay, so if you can kind of build that, even if you build that into your price, for the job, it means a whole heck of a lot. It really does. It makes you look a whole lot more professional. All right, but just being able to answer a few questions, not spending a whole lot of time talking because you're working. They realize that, but just answer a few questions. Politeness, goes a long way. But those are some of the things I wanted to share with you in reference to just, showing that you are as professional as you are, as a technician in the field. Just there's a couple, just those few tips, just for you to show it, even more for the homeowners so that they understand. But I hope you enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you next time on the HVACR Service Tech channel.